Brought to you by Global Ethics Solutions.
Physical property consists of all the physical stuff that you come into contact with in the course of your job, such as products, tools, office supplies, company vehicles, computers, and everything else that you can touch. Guidelines for taking care of physical property are that you separate personal property from company property. You do not use company property or services for personal benefit. If you do, you pay for it. That company property should not be sold, loaned, or given away without proper authorization. And if you use it, you care for it, maintain it, and clean it. This is about respect and responsibility. You would certainly not want to see your property misused, stolen, or damaged by someone else. It's no different in the workplace. Funds, whether cash out of a cash register or numbers in an account, are company assets and should be given the same care and respect as any other kind of asset. Here are some guidelines to follow. First, you should be more careful with the company's funds than you are with your own. Much more careful. Again, this goes back to the principle that we as employees are stewards of other people's assets and should always hold the property of the others in very high regard. Do not use company credit cards, cash, checks, or money orders for personal use. Ever. Never mix your personal and company assets. Make sure that all records regarding company funds must be accurate and kept current. And be sure to show good judgment regarding travel and entertainment expenses and personal reimbursements. This is an area that gets a lot of people in trouble because travel and entertainment expenses are often left to the judgment of the individual, and reporting can have room for error and misuse. If you do have a discretionary expense or travel allowance, be sure to be modest in your expenses, follow all the rules, and keep excellent records. Another kind of asset that is not usually thought of as an asset is the confidential information and trade secrets of our company. But make no mistake, these can be the most valuable of all company assets. Although we will discuss this in more detail later, it is important that you treat information as an asset. You should use confidential information only for the purposes for which it was intended, share it only with employees who need it to do their job, and do not discuss confidential information in public places where you could be overheard. Be very careful when discussing confidential information on cordless phones, cell phones, or the internet. Cybersecurity is absolutely critical, so be sure to protect computers and adhere to email and data use policies. Anytime someone writes something down, he or she is creating a record. Whether it's a handwritten receipt, an internal memo, employee human resources file, or a financial report, all company records need to be protected. After all, company records are assets like everything else the company owns. Here are some general guidelines. Company records should be maintained in an accurate and auditable fashion, in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. Information should be kept up to date and regularly reviewed. You should never make a financial entry that intentionally hides the true nature of a transaction, and company records should be properly disposed of rather than being thrown away in the trash. And remember that information should never be withheld from auditors, management, regulators, or government officials if you are asked for it.
This is a Global Ethics Solutions presentation. Be sure to follow us online, like and share this presentation, and subscribe to our channel today.